Okay, good afternoon everyone. Pasensya na kayo. Uh, Thank you. Pasensya na I cannot able to share screen my presentation kasi nagloloko yung signal ng laptop. So anyway, there will be recorded naman. So doon na lang ninyo tignan. And then I'm hoping na hanggang ngayong araw I can upload the module already. Ayusin ko lang kasi. Okay, so for today, we will just have a very short lecture in continuation to our topic on police planning. So baka matapos na natin ito ngayon or yes, matatapos natin yung first module natin in terms or in relation to police planning already today. Kasi kinulang tayo sa oras ng last meeting. So I guess our last topic was regarding the types of police plan. We had already discussed the different types of police plan, such as yung reactive plans, proactive plans, strategic, operational plan, functional plans, and time-specific plan. Okay? So we have here a 3 remaining topic, which is on Pnp Operational Plan and types of special operation procedures, then topics on creative planning, yung principles din on the different planning methods. Okay, so let's talk about the first topic that we will cover. Yan. There are a lot of Pnp Procedural Plan, depending upon the needs. Yan yung tandaan natin, that the different procedural plan that they have in the Pnp organization are addressing specific needs. Kung ano yung kailangan at a given time, yun yung kanilang ina-address. So we have under the procedural plan, meron tayong 4 dyan. Yan yung procedural plan itself, or yung tinatawag nating SOP. We have the field procedure, the different procedures that are applicable in field. We have headquarters procedure and special operation procedure. So let's talk about them one by one. First is yung procedural plan in general, or yung tinatawag nating SOP. Alam naman natin, if you are a criminology student, if you had been in police station, you had visited the different offices of the Tri-Bureau, you will notice that they are following a specific procedure for everything. Ito yung hindi minsan din naiintindihan ng karamihan ng mamamayan natin sa Pilipinas, that akala nila is kapag merong isang problema is kaya na natin or agad-agad nakikilos ang isang ang kapulisan. They are not aware, of course, of the different procedures that are being followed by the PNP itself, na kung saan is kailangan naman talaga. One may deviate from the procedure, but of course, if it is not that emergency, hindi siya considered na emergency, then pwede natin sundin yung procedure natin. So I think before we proceed further, tignan nga natin what's the importance of procedure. Gaano kahalaga ang procedure at ano ang halaga nito sa isang police operation. Sige. Tawag tayo ng isang sasagot. Ang tanong natin, tandaan yung tanong natin. Gaano kahalaga ang isang procedure sa PNP organization? Okay, anyone? Meron? Volunteer? Or mamimili tayo? Pag walang volunteer, mamimili tayo. Isang lalaki, isang babae para masaya. Lalaki muna. Si Mr. Mark Arnel Balino. Okay. Mr. Mark, sa tingin mo gaano kahalaga ang isang procedure sa PNP organization?
Sir, mahalaga ang procedure sa PNP organization dahil doon tayo, sir, nakaka-achieve ng goal natin through the process or step na gagawin, sir. Yan lang, sir.
Okay, so it serves as a guide. Na pwede, yes. Tama naman. Na kasi sabi nga natin, that's a procedure, so it will definitely serve as a guide. And it will guide us on how are we going to achieve the goal. Tama. No? Sa babae naman. Teka. Any volunteer? Or magtawag pa tayo? Thank you pala, Mr. Mark. What about Miss Jessame Viloria? Ayan. Gaano kahalaga ang isang procedure sa PNP organization as isang police operation?
It is so important in police operations because it serves as the map or it guides the operation to achieve their goals or in decision making.
Okay, so yan. Na? Thank you. It seems that you are really listening into our previous lecture. Okay, so the procedure is very important. Thank you, Miss Jessa and Mr. Mark. No, it's very important because this will serve as a guide on how are we going to achieve our goals. No? And a mere fact of tignan nyo, kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng technicalities. This is very true. I heard this to some of the people I know na nandun sa serbisyo. No, I heard this to some people that are already serving into the police force for a very long time. Sinasabi nila, there can be a deviation from the juries or to what is set as a standard. No? Parang sinasabi nila, meron tayong pagkakaiba doon sa actual operation based doon sa ating mga SOP, Standard Operating Procedures, that are present already in the manual. No? Unfortunately, no, hindi maganda yun. Hindi maganda na merong pagkakaiba, no, yung ina-apply doon sa pinag-aaralan. No? Especially when we are talking about the SOP. Later on, we will be discussing the different SOPs on different activities such as patrol, no? Arrest, search and seizure. Lahat kasi itong mga to are police functions and lahat ng mga to meron silang specific procedure na dapat nating sundin. Now, if we are going to deviate or the police officers are going to deviate from this procedure, ano sa tingin nyo mangyayari? Doon tayo nagkakaroon ng technical issues, doon tayo nagkakaroon ng technical problem in relation to the administration of justice. Say for example, sa pag-aresto ng isang tao, kailangan sundin ang procedure. So that would be the Miranda warning, no, or the Miranda doctrine. Kailangan sabihin niya, no torture, dapat yung pag-approach niya tama, dapat merong warrant of arrest. All of those things are prescribed under the SOP on how are you going to conduct the arrest. However, kung sinabi ng police natin na sinabi ng mga kapulisan natin na pwede namang hindi gawin yan at pwedeng ganito yung gawin natin as an alternative, no? There is no problem as long as there is no violation. But then, pagdating sa korte, pagdating sa kasuhan, pwedeng maging issue yung hindi pagsunod doon sa SOP na nakalagay, no? Kapag hindi kasi nasunod yung SOP, pwedeng sabihin or gamitin niya ng kalaban, no? Pwedeng gamitin niya ng akusado to invalidate whatever is collected from him or whatever is circumstances that might affect the trial of the case, no? Sa search and seizure, for example, sa pangangapkap, yan, sa pangungumpiska, yan. So lahat ng kinukumpiska mo will be part of the evidence of the case, no? Magiging parte siya ng evidence. Ngayon, pag hindi nasunod yung procedure with regards to search and seizure, what will happen? It can invalidate the evidence and it can make that as an inadmissible evidence. Yan yung pwedeng mangyari. Kaya nga, napaka-importante na lahat dapat ng proseso sa lahat ng operation is masunod para nang sa ganon is hindi tayo magkaroon ng technical problem or worse is the dismissal of the case or they can file a civil case or criminal case or even administrative case against you. No? This happened already in a lot of cases involving drugs. No? So, sa drugs na yan, daming especially bypass, no? They have a specific set of procedures na nakalagay doon na kailangan masunod. No? Kasi it's a legitimate police operation. If some of those will be violated or will not be performed, merong lapses sa pagsunod sa procedure, worst case, dismissal of the case. Sayang naman yung pagod ng ating kapulisan, no? Sayang naman yung kriminal na nakalaya pa dahil lang sa technicalities, no? Sayang naman yung mga nakaligtas na sana na biktima, no? Nakalaya pa dahil sa technicalities. So it really shows that following the procedures is really important. Pero ang reasoning kasi nila kung bakit sinasabi nila that there is a distinction minsan, no, merong pagkakaiba minsan ang actual practice from the theories or what is written in the manual, no, is because of practicality, which is definitely true naman, no. Diyan na papasok yung tinatawag nating discretion. It depends upon the discretion of the police officer. If he thinks, or based on his own judgment, wise judgment, he think that deviating a little bit from the prescribed procedure will benefit more or will give more benefit, no? Will outweigh the risk that had been taken, no? Then definitely there will be an exemption to such activities, ano? Such for example, no, sa pag-arrest na yan, kailangan namang basahan mo pa ng Miranda warning kung pinuputukan ka na ng baril. So those are the exemption na kung saan you use your own discretion to decide whether you are going to follow the procedure or you are going to innovate. Now you're going to create your own way of approaching such circumstances. So pwede naman 'yon, no? Basta wag lang tayong papasok doon sa tinatawag nating abuse of authority or abuse of discretion because those are administrative may kaso sa mga ganun kapag umabuso ka sa authority mo or umabuso ka sa paggamit ng iyong discretion. Okay? So thank you for participating. It seems you really are listening to our previous discussion. Okay, so let's jump into our lecture. Na? So we have here procedural plan, the SOP na tinatawag. Pag sinabi nating SOP, hindi ito yung hindi ito yung negative connotation ng SOP kasi baka sa inyo naririnig SOP, na may iba kasing meaning din ng SOP, na doon sa talagang actual meaning niya dapat doon sa manual ng PNP kasi I know, no, na siguro sa inyo, no, naririnig nyo rin yung term na SOP, no, which is a term na kung saan is pangungurakot na pala na kung saan kapag merong pupuntang merong bagong business owner na kumbaga nagpatayo siya ng business niya dyan, bigla na lang may pupunta, magbigay ka na daw ng iyong SOP. No? Iba yung ibig sabihin na nun, ano? That would be illegal na, no? Or that would be a negative term na that some in the service are using to ask for something. No, ask for something. Yan yung mga negative connotation niya. But for this, no, we're not using SOP for that purpose. We're using SOP as it means the different set of rules that are expected to be applied in a specific given circumstances. No? So yung mga standard, kaya nga sinabi natin standard, this is the standard. This is the process. Ito dapat yung masunod. So for example, you're going to respond into a distress call, no? You're going to respond into an emergency call. What will be or what are the standards? police officer should be familiar with those different set of standards para nang sa ganun alam nila agad yung gagawin nila. Dapat there is training, there is yung kumbaga araw-araw na nire-refresh yung kanilang kaisipan with regards to the different standards so that it will be automatic when the needs come. Now, sa traffic violation, halimbawa ikaw ay nagpapatrol, there comes traffic collision, no? Merong nagkabanggaan. Now, ano yung gagawin mo agad-agad doon sa situation na yan? So, meron yan, SOP for traffic vehicular accidents or traffic collisions, mga ganyan. If you encountered a criminal while you are performing your duty, there are SOPs for those specific circumstances. No? Ano yung benefit nun? Of course, kapag alam mo na yung mga SOP, no, for different circumstances and for different situation, then automatic na meron ka ng maiisip gawin without even consulting or without even asking for others assistance, ano? Matik na kumbaga na kapag ito nangyari, ito yung gagawin. Kapag ito naman nangyari, ito naman yung gagawin. So that is SOP or procedural plan. Now, then we have also yung tinatawag nating field procedure, no? These are sets of procedures intended to be used. Ang SOP kasi will be general, no? That would be the general term for all the different procedures that are needed to be performed in case the circumstances presents themselves, no? Meron naman tayong dalawa, which is a distinct category under the SOP, which is yung tinatawag nating field procedure and headquarter procedure. Now, kapag sinabi nating field procedure, na naiintindihan na natin yan that those are the different procedures that can be applied or should be applied in different field operations. No? Ano-ano yung mga field operations na yan? That involves dispatching, no? That involves raids, no? That involves arrest, that involves dealing with the community or yung tinatawag natin police-community relation. It also involves investigation, no? Patrol, and many more police functions that are primarily being performed in the field itself. No? So marami yan. Actually, I hope we can be able to finish them all, na yung mga different niyan. Kasi doon sa manual, anyway, if you have free time, you search on the Pnp manual for operations. No? So there are a lot of different SOP, no? Different procedures for different operations there. So pag sinabi nating arrest, no? What are the procedures of arrest? So akala natin ganun lang kasimple na kung saan pupusasan mo yung isang tao, dadalhin mo sa presinto, tapos na. No. Na meron silang sinusunod na patakaran pagdating sa mga ganong bagay. At kailangang masunod kasi nga sabi natin that a little of the deviation from the doon sa SOP could mean the dismissal of the case or the invalidation of the evidence that was collected during the operation. Okay? So that is with regards to field procedure. Na yung mga different procedures that are subject to yung mga field operation natin tinatawag. Okay? Then we have also yung tinatawag nating headquarter procedure. Ano? Ano naman yung headquarter procedures? No? Basically, these are sets of procedures that guides the law enforcer in their respective offices. Now, pagpunta mo sa isang police station or sa isang police station, whether that's provincial, that's municipal, that's city, that's regional, no, lahat, no, meron yung iba't ibang offices, no? Merong office for the administration, merong office for the operation, merong office for the intelligence, lahat ng branches, office for finance, police community relation, lahat yan, no? So they are divided in such division. Now, since yung mga function ng ganito no, yung function ng admin, no, ng admin office is different from the function of the operation office. The function of the operation office is also different from the function of the intelligence office of the police community relation office. So magkakaiba ang function ng different division in the PNP headquarters, no? So with that, there is a need also to set a specific procedure for each offices, no? So meron silang kanya-kanyang sinusunod. There is a general statement or general procedure that must be followed, but because of the division of the functions of the different offices, kailangan magkaroon din sila ng kanya-kanya or sari-sariling procedure based doon sa kanilang function as an office, no? So for example, releasing of document, no? How does a certain document is released from this office, no, outside? So ano gagawin nila? They have a set of procedure for that, no? Kasi that is their expertise, no? Pagdating naman sa resources, meron din silang mayroon din sariling procedure na sinusunod doon sa finance office, no, or other different offices, no. PCR, meron din silang kanya-kanyang functions. Meron din silang kanya-kanyang procedures na sinusunod. Yung mga procedures na yun are known as the headquarter procedures, no. The procedures that sets as a guide for law enforcers on their respective offices and specific function. Okay? Now, we have here yung special operation procedure. Now, don't be huwag kayong malito pag sinabi nating SOP, that could either mean standard, no, operating procedure, or pwede ring special operation procedure. That's why it's important that you should use the complete term for the specific topic. Okay, so what is considered as a special operation procedure? No? Special operation procedures are procedures that applies to a special event, no, or special unit which has a specific function. Halimbawa, dito yung tinatawag nating investigating sensational crime. What was the topic class meeting na kung saan we can correlate this, no? Meron tayong pinag-usapan na kung saan similar sila dito sa tinatawag nating special operating procedure, no? Under functional doctrine pala yun. Okay? So, ano yung tinatawag nating special operation procedure? Yes, ano yung concept ng sensational crime na yan? Sensational crime when the crime is had caught the public's attention, no? Pag medyo sikat sa publiko yung isang krimen, no? If it appeals to the attention of the general public, no? Kaya nagiging sensational siya na tinatawag, no? Usually nangyayari yan kapag na social media, no? Or hindi naman kaya is involved yung kilalang tao, no? Pag kilalang tao halimbawa ang involved, either siya yung naging biktima or siya yung tinatawag yung perpetrator, pwedeng makategorize yan under sensational crime. Basta meron tayong sensational crime na kung meron tayong public demand, na binabantayan, kumbaga nakatutok ang mata ng publiko sa isang krimen na yan, they call that sensational crime. And in response to that, no, to satisfy siguro or to provide or to respond to the sensation, no, to respond to the public demand, they will be creating a specific task force for that matter, no? So let's say for example, police officer Mendoza. Who was that again? Yung police officer na namaril doon sa Gregorio family. Nuesca. Okay, tama. Thank you. Yan. So, for example, police officer Nuesca, di ba? Involved siya into multiple murder, no? Multiple murder or multiple homicide? think that's multiple murder. Okay, so na-involve siya into a specific crime, no? It caught the attention of the public. Meron tayong public demand na talagang they want police officer Nuesca to be put into justice, no? Dapat may hustisya na maibigay doon sa nangyaring krimen na kinasangkutan niya. So with that, the police organization, the PNP organization can create a special task force that will focus on investigating the case of police officer Nuesca. They can probably call that the Nuesca Task Force, no? Or hindi kaya is Anti-Abusive Police Task Force, mga ganun ba? So they will have their own specific function for that matter. Na magkakaroon sila ng specific function, which is probably the main goal is to know the truth behind that specific case, di ba? To bring justice. Hindi yung goal kasi will be generalized. Hindi siya specific na to imprison police officer Nuesca. Hindi ganoon. Kasi, di ba, innocent until proven guilty. So maybe the general goal of that specific operation is to bring justice to the victim or to know the truth of the case. No? So yun yung pwedeng isang matatawag natin na special task force, and in order to achieve their goal, di ba sabi ng kaklase nyo kanina, in order for them to achieve their goal, they must set a specific procedure on how they are going to achieve it. So lahat yun ililista nila step by step so that they will reach their goal of giving justice to whom it may be due. No? So that is a sensational crime, and at the same time, that is how they would come up already with a special operation procedure. No? Kasi pag sinabi natin special operation, there is this specific goal that must be achieved. And to answer that or to achieve that, they must set their own procedures in order to achieve it. Okay? So those are some of the different procedural plan that we know of under the PNP. No? By the way, this is not only applied or used under PNP, it is used in the entirety of law enforcement field. So BFP, BJMP, no, they are following the same concept also in terms of procedural plan. No? So lahat sila, meron din sila kanya-kanya procedure na sinusunod. For example, BFP, do they have their own field procedure? No? Kapag sila ba ay nag-conduct ng inspection, which is a field work, do they follow a specific field procedure or do they follow a specific SOP? Yes. If they are going to respond into a certain fire incident, do they follow this? Do they also follow a specific field procedure? Definitely yes also. The same as true with BJMP. If some, let's say for example, may nakatakas, what procedures are they following? Are they following their established set of field procedure also? Yes, of course. No, meron silang mga kanya-kanyang procedures, no? But definitely the concept is meron tayong subdivision of them, meron tayong SOP, merong field procedure, merong headquarter procedure, at meron tayong special operation procedure. Okay? So I do hope you can be able to categorize the different procedures that they have, ano? Kung procedure sa pagkuha ng police clearance, how can you classify that? Would that be under field procedure? Would that be under headquarters procedure? Or would that be considered under special operation procedure? Kasi pwedeng yun yung maging tanong, ano? Halimbawa, arrest. How do you classify the procedure on arrest? Is it a field procedure? Is it a headquarter procedure? Or is it a special operation procedure? Ano? So yun yung mga dapat nating kumbaga is ma-familiarize. Okay, so next we have here the types of special operation, no? Types of special operation procedures. No? So we are already focusing on the special operation procedure, no? We have three: tactical, no? Tactical, operational, and regular. Say, let's say for example, balikan natin si Police Officer Nuesca, no? Let's say we need a tactical procedure. What is a tactical procedure then? Tactical procedure are procedures that are developed in order to cope up with the current situation. So for example is investigation. That's one of the function, kumbaga, kasi that's the purpose of the task force, ano? To investigate and to bring out justice. So what are the tendencies kaya na pwede nating mai-apply ang tactical procedure? How are we going to conduct the investigation? That would be one. No? What assistance could we give to the family of the victims? No? So security assistance could do. No? Pwedeng bigyan natin ng security protection yung members ng family. Nang sa ganun ay they are protected and they will not be coerced into resigning their case. So yan, tactical procedure, no? Kapag ang ina-address nito is with regards to coping up with the current situation, ano yung pwedeng mapaganda doon sa current situation, yun yung tactical procedure. Now, with regards to operational procedure, these are procedures for special divisions. Now, these procedures are developed to accomplish a given police task. So, operational is how are you going to conduct the specific task. No? So, let's say, for example, for investigation, how are you going to conduct the investigation of the Nuesca case? How are you going to conduct yung tinatawag natin security assistance or these can be star witness protection? How are you going to conduct the collection of evidence under the investigation process? And what other assistance can you provide to the situation? No? What other solution can you think of for the situation? So all of those things will be considered, and whatever the procedure that will be set in order to achieve those police tasks would be considered under operational procedure. No? On how are you going to conduct a certain operation on that special operation procedure. Ibahin natin. Let's say for example, si Wamos, no? Magko-concert sa Isabela. Okay? So ang dami niyang fans. Ngayon, magko-concert siya dito. Kailangan protektahan siya kasi pwedeng may mga basher siya dito. So anong gagawin natin? So bigyan natin ng VIP security assistance. 'Di ba? So are you going to conduct that? Paano mo i-protect yung yung VIP natin? So that would be under operational procedure, no? Yung step by step, no, on how are you going to protect him. Sino ang pwedeng makalapit, no? Saan siya pwedeng pumunta, sinong pwedeng makapunta or makalapit doon sa area kung saan siya nag-i-stay, lahat yun under operational procedure. That is to achieve yung tinatawag nating goal of the special operation procedure. No? Now, kapag halimbawa merong biglang nakapasok doon sa area, no, doon sa restricted area, biglang merong isang fans na hindi mo alam kung fans or basher na biglang nakapasok doon sa malapit sa kumbaga sa hotel kung saan siya nag-i-stay, what are you going to do? No, ano yung gagawin nyo in response to that? Kasi yan yung tinatawag nating tactical procedure. There is a given situation na kailangan may address immediately. How are you going to respond to that? Let's say for example din, no? Siya ay yung VIP ninyo ay hindi dapat lumabas doon sa kanyang hotel, no, nang walang kasamang security. Pero malaman nyo na lang, pumunta pala siya sa Santiago, no, pumunta sa Robinson, no, nakilala siya ng mga tao and so on. So there is this emergency situation, kumbaga. So how are you going to respond to that? Then that would be under technical procedure. Kaya nga, all this procedure will be considered on planning. Kasi may mga tendency that the situation or the circumstances will not go as you wish. No? Pwedeng magkaroon tayo ng biglang problema, biglang pagpapalit ng sitwasyon, like that. No? So there should be a specific, tawag doon, mga alternative, no? Alternative procedures that will immediately address a given situation. So that is tactical, ano? Kung biglang merong problemang nangyari, how are you going to respond to that? Operational is how are you going to achieve your goal in that specific task or in that specific operation. No? And lastly, we have yung tinatawag nating regular. Na regular operating procedure. Pag sinabi nating regular, those are the procedures that specifies the steps on how duties and responsibilities within a specific or special unit is performed. So mind you, meron na tayong tinatawag nating regular operating procedure naman. No? Meron na yan. General term. Kumbaga, ito yung SOP for SOP. No? Kung meron tayong tinatawag na special operation procedure, meron ding standard operating procedure for all special operation procedure. Nakukuha natin? No? However, binabago, iniiba, depende sa needs. Na? Depende sa needs, pwedeng ibahin, pwedeng baguhin, pwedeng dagdagan yung tinatawag nating regular operating procedure. Halimbawa, kapag merong special operation, dapat bumuo ng ganitong team. Dapat meron ding ganitong team. Dapat meron ding ganito. Yun yung mga regular. Kumbaga, ano yung gagawin, yung sets of activities na dapat gawin agad kapag bubuo ng isang special operation procedure. That is regular operating procedure. Kumbaga, yung basihan ng lahat ng paggawa ng tactical procedure at operational procedure will be regular operating procedure. Okay? Kung merong kailangan baguhin, doon na papasok yung tactical and operational. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng special operation pare-parehas. Pwedeng ang VIP ngayon, lalaki, paano naman kung babae? Siyempre, iba na naman yung situation. Iba na naman yung gagawin ninyong tactical procedure at iba na naman yung gagawin yung operational procedure kapag ganun. Paano kung yung VIP na we're talking about VIP kasi alam ko nakaka-relate kayo dito. Paano kung yung VIP nyo naman is merong 5 na kasama? So meron pa silang 5 kasama. So iibahin nyo na naman yung tactical procedures and operational procedures niyo. Yun lang yung iniiba mo depending on the who is involved and what circumstances is involved. Pero yung yung regular operating procedure, hindi halos gumagalaw yan. Kumbaga, yan yung pundasyon ng tactical at ng operational procedure. Yan yung pundasyon niya. Kung merong magbabago sa sitwasyon, ang gagalawin mo lang is yung tactical at operational procedure, pero ang regular operating procedure, steady lang yan. Naka-suporta at kumbaga, pundasyon. Okay? So those are the different types of special operation procedure. Okay, lastly, we have here the creative planning. Ano yung matatawag natin creative planning? Ang creative planning, these are some of the doctrines that we can follow in order for us to come up with an efficient, with a successful plan and so on. So we have at least 4 of them na tinatawag nating doctrines under creative planning. Ano-ano yung mga yon? We have imitation, we have inductive planning, we have deductive planning, and we have complementary planning. So first is imitation. Imitation, it involves the adoption of plans developed by other agencies or organization. In short, you copy, mangopya ka ng mga tinatawag nating plans na na-develop na or nagawa na, in-apply na ng ibang organization. So as long as it is not considered as intellectual property violation, as long as I think it's it undergo proper coordination and so on, imitation under creative planning will be a good thing to do. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na police comparative, wherein we are comparing the different organization or different police organization of different countries. Why are we doing that? in order for us to come up or adopt the best practices applied by other countries in terms of law enforcing, no? In terms of enforcing the law or in terms of policing. So yun ang very concept din ng imitation. It is okay, no, to adopt the proven effective operations that they had conducted already as long as it fits our needs, no? Adopting the best practices of other agencies, no, is not a bad thing to do in the law enforcement field. Kasi pwedeng may mas maganda silang ginagawa, no, na pwede mo namang gawin para nang sa ganun is mapabuti mo pa or mas mapataas mo pa ang chance that whatever operation you are going to conduct will be successful. Okay, so that's the concept of imitation. No? Next, inductive planning. What about inductive planning? The very concept of inductive planning is that plans are developed in small scale, no? And progress into a broader plan. So, ang inductive planning from the word inductive itself is that magsisimula kayo sa maliit na detalye, no? Magplaplano kayo doon sa maliliit na detalye niya habang, kumbaga is mula sa maliit na detalye, pataas doon sa mas malawak na konsepto ng planning. Now, so let's say, for example, you're going to conduct a bypass operation. So, you are planning on transportation, no? Paano kayo pupunta doon nang hindi namamalayan? That's a very small detail of the entirety of the plan. You're planning on your appearance, no? On your disguises. Ano yung magiging itsura ninyo para hindi kayo mahalata? You're planning on putting, you're planning on preparing the bypass money, no? How much will be the bypass money? What chemicals will be put on it so that it will serve as an evidence once taken, no? So those are small pieces of the plan, no? Kasi ang kakandakin nyo is a bypass operation, and those details are very small in small scale. Pero while you are planning those very detailed scale, no, pataas naman siya. So, habang plano nyo yung maliit na detalye, parang plano nyo na rin yung entire operation itself. Diba? Kasi kung naplano nyo na lahat ng detalye, pag pinagsama-sama nyo na, buo na kumbaga yung broader plan niyo or yung general plan niyo, which is the conduct of a bypass operation. Nakuha yung konsepto mula sa maliliit na detalye ng pagplaplano, no, pataas siya. Kumbaga, pag na-perfect nyo na lahat ng maliliit na detalye, pag pinagsama-sama ninyo, buo na yung plano. Okay? Next is deductive planning. No, kabaliktaran naman ito ng tinatawag nating inductive planning. Kasi under deductive planning, you're going to discuss or you're going to study the bigger plan itself then down to the smaller ones. No? So magsisimula siya on a broader plan, no, scale down into pieces. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Balikan natin yung bypass. So you go with the bypass operation, you discuss on who will be arrested, no, when he will be arrested, what drugs will be involved, and so on. So lahat ng yun pinag-aaralan nyo na. Hanggat pababa ng pababa siya, paliit ng paliit yung mga detalyeng pinag-uusapan. Kasi di ba, halimbawa, anong operation yung ikakandak? Bypass. Okay? So, that's the plan. Now, deductively, ano-ano yung mga kailangan ninyong gawin for a bypass operation? So, that will be under the, very small detail na, di ba? Kasi kung if you're going to conduct a bypass operation, ano yung mga kailangan? Kailangan nyo ng vehicle, kailangan nyo ng bypass money, kailangan nyo ng magre-reconnaissance, kailangan nyo ng support, no? Kailangan nyo ng presence ng media if that's needed, and many more. So from bigger plan, from a general plan itself, pababa sa mga detalye, pababa sa mga maliliit na bagay na very significant or important doon sa tinatawag nating operation. Okay? So nakuha natin yung pagkakaiba, no? Pag inductive planning, maliliit na detalye, pataas, no? Or palaki ng palaki. maliliit na detalye munang pinag-uusapan or plano kung paano gagawin yung maliliit na detalye, at kapag pinagsama-sama, mabubuo na yung tinatawag nating broader plan. So maliit palaki, that's inductive. Malaki paliit, that's deductive. No? Malaking plano, the general statement of the plan, going to the very detailed part or element of the plan. So that is also yung tinatawag nating deductive planning. And lastly, we have here yung tinatawag nating complementary planning. The idea of complementary planning is that yung konsepto natin na two heads is better than one, ano? They complement with each other. If the PNP organization will work together with other organizations, no? There is a tendency that the plan that they will yield or they will come up with would be better and efficient. No? So, the concept of two heads is better than one. Na kung saan, kapag sila ay nakipagtulungan sa ibang ahensya ng gobyerno, no, pagdating sa pagplaplano ng isang bagay, pagplaplano ng isang operation, mas malaki ang tsansa na yung kanilang operation will be successful. Okay? So that's the end of the first module that we have, no? This will be ready siguro tomorrow kasi may klase pa tayo mamaya. May klase pa ako mamaya. So I hope this will be the module for this will be sent on the Facebook group, no? By tomorrow. Kasi basa-basa na kayo. It's time to have a quiz already. Magpre-prepare na ako ng quiz or activity. Most likely a quiz, no, para sa mga diniscuss natin. Okay? So do you have any question, guys? Meron ba kayong tanong?
Wala na po, sir. Yung sana, sir, yung module po.
Okay. So yes, yun sabi ko nga. Baka by tomorrow I can be able to send na lang yung masasend ko na siya. Kasi nauna yung mga ibang subject ko kasi na inayos. Pero yes, may isasend ko na yun tomorrow. I will send it. Meron. Okay. So if there are no more questions then, no, thank you for attending our lecture, and I do hope you learned something from this very short lecture. That's it for today's session. See you sa next nating meeting, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.